online dispute resolution mechanisms will be all around, whether in the judicial system or alternative dispute resolution. We deal with that a lot in our centers. And it seems like, again, that it's a very important milestone now, because if we can shape the norms and the different perspective, that's a good time to do it. Because, as you know, after things will be already shaped, you need to be much more, you try much harder in order to create the different frames. Now, Kani, I would like to start maybe just from the basics. And when it comes to what we call ODR, we speak about the different systems of ODR. So if you can just briefly describe.
Yes. When we talk about online dispute resolution, I think we should notice that we can speak about or they are applied in the legal world today in two ways, either by humans, such as mediators that handle mediation process by Zoom, or artificial intelligence that is used, for example, to handle small commercial claims. And so TJ can help, I think, what we want to say that we have some few ideas how to connect TJ to both of those ways. Maybe I will speak a little bit about the research that was done in our center during the COVID-19 period. And we interviewed 50 mediators, Israeli mediators, who conducted the mediation proceeding via Zoom. And we wanted to see what they think about it, what are the advantages or disadvantages of using the technology for handling a conflict resolution process. So about the advantages that they mentioned is time and money saving. This was the first advantage. The mediators indicated, especially about, you know, they don't need to drive and to park the car in the busy, expensive Tel Aviv district. And also they talked about the wide geo coverage that refers to enabling people from various locations to take part in the proceeding. And in Israel, it's very important because, you know, there are a lot of high-tech companies that some of them share workers in Israel, in the States or other places. And the Zoom help, you know, to participate inside and outside Israel. They talked about successful result and that compared to physical face-to-face mediations, Zoom mediation was more focused and to the point. No time was wasted on settling, you know, the room, making coffee, and etc. So this is like what I said, the advantages in the point of view of efficiency. It was interesting to learn they talk about quality also, and they said that the physical distance between the parties of the dispute decreased hostility between them. And for example, in divorce cases, since each party sat in a place that she or he felt comfortable, there was a sense of ease that led to lower level of aggressiveness in the discourse. but they also spoke, of course, about disadvantages. And they talked about, I'm saying it's very briefly, they talked about concerns regarding the privacy of the proceeding, about different interruptions that can be technical problems such as disconnection and poor audio or noise. They said that these interruptions can damage the proceeding and reduce the party's attention and focus. They also said that it was odd because first they said that the results was the same like in face-to-face mediation, but in the Zoom mediation, they felt a decline in their personal impact on the process. And what I wanted to say more is they had what we I choose the term that they have difficulties in interpersonal communication, and what they think is they meant that the human factor was missing, and that's, I think, a connection that can be done to TJ, because as we all know, in TJ we speak about interpersonal communication, about the psychological well-being of the parties, and the concept of procedural fairness that is relation-oriented. And the therapeutic code can help, maybe, as you said before, to shape the way that online dispute resolution systems should be handled. And let's maybe go to suggest few suggestions about how can TJ can be applied, and we can tell you that in Israel there are going to be a big project of putting online dispute resolution system in a small labor claims and in small claims. And our center was invited to give his opinion to a committee that is thinking about it and developing it. And they were very open-minded, and we introduced a few ideas from the TJ and how, in our, let's say, in our point of view, they should be implemented in the system. So one of the things was the voice, and we think that, you know, only to write few lines or to put an X in a rubrica, maybe it suits some people, but not all of the, let's say, the community. And one of the things that we saw is, and they said they probably they will put it in the system, is that they will enable also to record, to a short record that people will have, you know, a sense that their voice was heard, and then not only the way they write and so on. Other thing that you can all read it. So we talked about them a lot, about clear guidelines to use, let's say, a clear and common language that people can understand what they need to do, how to do it, and not to use high terms that can be understood only from people that learn how to be lawyers and etc. And also, Michael, providing a telephone help for people that are not a computer. It's not that you are not a computer, but when I thought about it, it was about disabled people. And as Itai said in the introduction, we are very aware to this community, and when you have an opportunity to design a new system, we think we need to think about them. The government should think about them and use technology that enable people with special needs to take part in all those sessions.